Okay, so we know that our Metasploitable scan produced a list of services. We see that we've got port 80 listening here for HTTP. We also had a couple other things that were discovered during the scan, but port 80 is good enough to start with. So what we can try to do is go to our IP address, and we see that we've got a web server running with also included as part of the benefit of Metasploitable are these 5 vulnerable web applications. Each of these could be explored separately. Twiki, there's some known vulnerabilities with this particular web app. There's a phpMyAdmin, again a known vulnerable application which is being hosted on Metasploitable. Matilla, another vulnerable app. This one actually contains the top 10 vulnerabilities from OWASP. So if you go to your OWASP top 10 menu, you can explore all of these different vulnerabilities like broken authentication, cross-site request forgery, misconfiguration, and so on. You can turn on hints and do some other things to make your life a little bit easier trying to discover the flaws with these applications. And we'll probably have a look at that later. There's the damn vulnerable web application. And notice we get a little bit of path name information here. We also have WebDAV, so for folder sharing. But what we want to do now is use some web application scanning tools to see if we can discover any vulnerabilities on any of these 5 applications. So I'm going to use a tool called Wmap. There's also a web crawler that we can... Wmap is a module that we can load directly. But there's some other web crawlers and other tools which can go investigate a site, get you all the files and folders, information, all the directories, and let you see in more detail how that website's actually structured and what its contents might be. Some hints at the contents anyway. All right, so from within here I can run my help command. I've got several Wmap commands. I can manage my Wmap modules. I can run tests against targets that I define. I can create sites and targets, and then hopefully display some vulnerabilities. So we'll start off with the sites command. I can add a site, virtual host or URL. I can delete them. I can list the available ones. So what I'm going to do is just do an add, and I'm going to specify just the root folder of that system, the Metasploitable system. Now if I do a -L, I should be able to see that my site has been added. Now I have to think about a target. So the target, as I was saying, could be a folder, like /phpinfo /index.php. But what I think I'd rather do is use the entire root folder of the website to see if I can get into all the different areas and then do a search for vulnerabilities as a group. Okay, so I'm going to run the Wmap targets -t because I want to define a target site, and I'm just going to give it the same IP address, And now if I run the Wmap targets-L, I can see that my path is just the root. No SSL was specified. That's an option you can also do, but we don't need to do that for this particular demo. Now we'll investigate the Wmap run command. So this will show me all of the enabled modules if I do a -T, which will be our first task. And then you notice you can also do searches by using regular expressions for module names or for path names. But we're just going to go find all the modules which will be enabled for a test against this website, or these 5 vulnerable applications rather, that are being hosted by Metasploitable. So this might take a moment to run. I'm going to go ahead and pause our video.